All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Scotty's back. I finally got my Subaru fixed, and you will not even guess what it was. Like, I'm not even joking you. It was the most dumbest thing ever. I couldn't believe what it was until I did, I don't know, probably 40 hours of work throughout the week. So, oh man. So, if we're looking at the engine bay right now, it's all put together. And guess what? The car runs. Yes, the car runs. Thank the Lord. I thought since we had a misfire on this car right after the dyno run 2 years ago, I think, about. Basically what happened was, took it to R-Spec, he did a dyno pull, and it started misfiring after. And so I was like, what the hell? I have no idea what it is. I thought it was mechanical, because basically when you do a dyno pull, possibly things are going to go wrong after the fact if it starts misfiring. Maybe a bent valve, maybe it skipped a tooth on the timing. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but ChatGPT helped me out a lot when it came to resolving the problem or thinking what it was. And so, well, I did all of this work just to find out that it was one wire. Okay, so see this wire loom? I taped it, obviously. And so what happened was right here, I don't know what happened, but the ground wire that led all the way over to coil number, I think it's 1, 3, 2, 4, so I'm going to guess this is 1. Number 1, this brown wire right here where these two connectors, we ended up jumping it because, well, the problem was we couldn't get a good ground, and so we just jumped the wire and found out. Obviously Riley helped me do that at R-Spec. Thank you, Riley. And so we jumped it, and then it was fine, but it was still misfiring, so I kind of overlooked it. I was kind of a newbie and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I wanted to fix the car and I didn't want to spend $2,000 at a shop because I don't know what it is and they don't know what it is either. So I ended up taking the whole timing cover off, redoing the timing 5 times because I didn't have the timing tool. And then right as I got the timing tool, which basically holds these two cam gears together so it doesn't skip or anything, you get it perfect. So buy that tool, if you ever do the timing on these cars. And then basically I went through compression test, leak down test. I went through and tested each individual not spark plug, if I'm thinking properly, fuel injector connector. These little guys right here. These are the ones on the backside are very hard to get to because of the intercooler piping and the turbo. And then also I had to noid test light everything. That's how you do it. And then you noid test light the signal and power on the coil packs as well. So 1, 3, 2, and 4. Everything kind of tested out all right. So I was really confused about what it actually was, and then I got it all done, and basically it turned out it was one ground wire. This was all exposed right here, and there was a brown wire, which was this little brown wire right here, was burnt, disconnected by a far. Like, it was crazy. So then I was like, okay, well, why is this so burnt and disconnected? So what happened was, when he did that last dyno pull, I think, I'm not gonna say this properly, but there was not enough good ground connection in the car. And so what it snapped and burnt the wire because it got hot and because my grounds were not good. Okay, so then what I did, I went through and I found every ground. So this is the engine bay ground right here. And then this is the engine block ground right here. So those were not scratched off with paint, which I don't know why. My dum-dum should have just done it. And so there's one ground, there's another ground. Originally this ground's supposed to be right here, but I had to move the battery in the back. And then I'll go over that in a sec. And then we also have this ground. And then what I actually did is I took this ground wire, there's a ground wire down here and a ground wire right here, and I grounded them straight to the engine block right here, along with having this transmission ground wire from here to the firewall. And so the ground is super important when it comes to electrical. And so the other thing that I had to look at is in my car, in the very back of the trunk, the ground was not good where the battery was either. So what I had to do is take this little guy off right here and make it look better. So I don't know if you guys could see that really well, but basically none of the grounds were good in this car. That was the main reason why it started misfiring, because of the burnt one of the brown wires in the engine bay. So make sure your grounds are good and you'll have a better connection. So you can actually not have random misfires and try to figure out what the problem is and pull your hair out. It was not a fun time. But anyway, we got it all figured out. I gotta reroute all these wires because obviously they are not where they're supposed to be. I just did them because I wanted to make sure that was the problem. And yeah, that was the problem. So make sure your grounds are good on these cars and in general on any vehicle, because if you don't, you're gonna have like the most annoying electrical mess pair ever. Just focus on grounds. That's all I gotta say. I love you guys. I'm gonna end the video here because I got a lot of other stuff to talk about, and you know how it goes. You know, you just keep rambling and figuring out other problems. You know, so love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.